In Fort Myers, city leaders passing a memorandum on Friday to allow local police to be trained by ICE agents and assist with immigration enforcement. Kevin Anderson is the mayor of Fort Myers. He's joining us this morning. Mayor, good morning.
Good morning.
So we know this is an issue that became very emotional within your community, within the city council. Can you talk to me about what's ahead for Fort Myers now that local police will be training with ICE?
Well, we're going to move forward. Our first and foremost responsibility to our community is public safety. And so this gives our police officers one more tool in that toolbox to accomplish public safety. So we're going to move forward. We're going to identify which officers are going to be trained. They'll receive the training, and then they'll be put to work.
Florida is the so-called third border, as you well know, Mayor. In February, DeSantis signed what he's calling the toughest anti-illegal immigration bill in the country. How has this bill and his stance on immigration made a difference where you are in Fort Myers?
Well, we haven't seen direct results of it other than people being upset. And of course, people take tidbits of information and then build their own narrative around it and pass out information that's not accurate or totally correct.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem also in South Florida this week. There she focused on the Coast Guard's crackdown on smuggling efforts. Fort Myers is sitting on the Gulf, Mayor. What else would you like to see done when it comes to federal immigration efforts in your community?
Well, I think we're on the right path. We're moving forward with efforts to identify, first with our police department, they're going to focus on those who have active warrants. And then they'll also be able to address, as officers come in contact with undocumented people, that they can now act more quickly and get the deportation process started. So I think we're moving that needle in the right direction. And I'm confident that as we see positive results from this, we'll continue to see more tools at our disposal to keep moving forward.
Border Czar Tom Homan spoke to my colleague Chris Cuomo about the Trump administration's usage of the Alien Enemies Act. Again, it's an old law from 1798 when it comes to foreign gang members. Here's what he said.
We know that through numerous investigations that the TDA has infiltrated in part of the Maduro regime through the military and law enforcement. They're a part of it. So they're not here by accident. They were sent by the regime to destabilize this country, whether it's fentanyl that killed thousands of people, the sex trafficking of women and children, or the violence. So this is the foothold we have on this group, and that's why they're designated terrorist organizations. And TDA is an enemy of this country because of what they've done within this country.
Mayor, has this been an issue in your community? Talk about the importance of getting these gang members off the streets where you are.
They're very much a threat. We're fortunate that we don't have a high level of activity, and we also have a very aggressive and proactive police department that works hard to use intelligence, data-driven crime efforts, and last time I looked, we were like the third safest city of our size because of these efforts. So we're staying on top of it. We're going to continue to. I like what Mr. Holman said. People don't realize this whole issue is not just about people who have come into the country illegally. It's about a concerted effort and to create an internal attack against our country.
I want to talk about Fort Myers specifically because nearly 25% of people in your city, they're Hispanic or Latino. What is the feeling within the community when federal, state, local entities are now following Trump's deportation efforts?
Well, there's a lot of people who are concerned. There's no doubt about it. I wish that we had a better solution to vet and help people who deserve to get citizenship somehow to speed that process up. I feel for people who have to live in the shadows, but then again, they chose to come into the country illegally. They set that chain of events into motion. Don't get mad at me if it doesn't come out the way you want it. If you didn't get the results you wanted, don't be mad at me. You're the one who started the chain of events.
So what is your message to your community as you work to cooperate with ICE officials?
We're going to do everything we can to provide the highest level of public safety for this community, and that's for all individuals. And if you're a criminal, we're coming after you. If you're undocumented, take advantage of any program to to be able to return back home and come across the border legally, so you will have an opportunity to become a citizen. But as Secretary Noem says, if we, the government catches you, that's it. Your bite at the apple's over.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.